The Homance Chronicles.
The female equivalent of a bromance.
So many poor choices.
But so many good times.
But so many poor choices.
Oh no. As soon as I hit record, you froze. I was about to yell at you and be like, did you forget how this works because we didn't record last week? That you always say your part first. But then I looked at this before I said it. I looked at the screen and saw that you were frozen. I'm like, we take 1 week off and it goes to shit. That's what happens. But no, I hit record and all of a sudden the whole ether stopped.
Yeah. So this is the Homance Chronicles. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Nicole. We didn't record last week because it was the holiday week and I had plans every day. So there was like no, like every evening I had plans and I was like, well, I guess we're just not doing it.
It was an okay break though.
It was nice. Yeah. I also didn't have a story prepared either. I had not done my homework. And I kind of didn't do my homework because I was looking at the calendar like, when am I gonna, like, how are we gonna even do this? And so, yeah, I rallied though this week with my story because it's very like relevant and topical. I think for most people, I don't know if it will be for you. Oh no, where'd she go? Oh boy. What happened?
I have absolutely no idea. My laptop chose to shut us down.
Well, the worst part about all of this is that we were chatting for, I don't know, what was it, 20 minutes, half hour or something before we even started recording, and everything was fine.
Yep, it sure was.
Oh man, technology. So,
It's a real son of a bitch, isn't it?
so maybe I should just jump right into the story then, unless you have some sort of housekeeping.
No, I don't think I really do, aside from Happy 4th of July. That's it.
Okay. Because I mean, I don't want us to take
If I
too
do,
many chances here, you know?
for real.
So, my Hoe of History for today is MacKenzie Scott. And MacKenzie Scott used to be Mackenzie Bezos. And so
Oh, this will be fun.
she was Jeff Bezos, or is Jeff Bezos's ex-wife.
Yeah.
The reason I said it's relevant is because her ex-husband, Jeff Bezos, the founder and executive chairman of Amazon, just got remarried over the
Douche.
last, week and a half or whatever it was, to Lauren Sanchez in Italy. Now, were you aware of the marriage?
Yeah, actually, I have seen nothing but shit talking online. Yeah, that's all I have engaged. I haven't dug deep. It's just a broad spectrum of what a fucking weird place, weird time, weird wedding, weird people. I think we all knew that. I mean, if you look at their pictures, they look like Play-Doh people, strange looking humans.
I
Douche
mean, the
Bezos.
collection of Botox, plastics, etc., that were amongst all of the people there. Yes. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there were a number of plastic surgeons that were invited.
I think all of their
So,
friends are plastic surgeons. Nobody really likes those people.
yes. So, with their extravagant wedding in Venice, it did bring quite a bit of attention to how much it was costing, how much they were spending
Yeah, and I
on
don't
this
know how much
wedding.
they spent. I like didn't ever see a number. What did they spend?
Oh, I'll get there.
Oh, okay.
Um, but they also, while they were there, made some charitable contributions to a couple of organizations in Venice because Venice was kind of like anti
Them.
this whole situation.
Venice is like, do we have to? Is that a
Yeah.
real thing? Like, this is so okay.
Yeah, they like had really big signs and stuff. They were like, no, thank you,
Yeah.
Um,
I wouldn't want them to show up to my backyard either. Fuck that.
right. So this has actually drawn quite a bit of attention to Mackenzie Scott because she deals with her money completely differently than he does with his.
Right. She gives it away. All of it.
Correct. She gives it all away.
She needs nothing, wants for nothing, chooses to
Yes.
give her money to others. I love her
Doesn't
for
want to be
that.
in the spotlight, etc.
We love her.
So I saw a Facebook post from an account called A Mighty Girl
All
that
right.
said, quote, Mackenzie Scott is just 5 years. Oh, Mackenzie Scott, in just 5 years since her divorce from Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, has emerged as one of history's most transformative philanthropists, donating an extraordinary 19.3 billion,
Oh,
over 40% of her wealth, to more than 2,450 nonprofits addressing society's most pressing challenges. In stark contrast, her ex-husband Jeff Bezos has given approximately 2.4 billion in his lifetime, representing just 1.1% of his estimated 220 to 248 billion dollar fortune.
like I don't know about you. Cost of living is a little aggressive at this stage, but
A little, it's a
a
lot
cool
aggressive.
a cool billion
Yeah.
should suffice, right? Like you
I
do
think you can live without it, sir.
what
You
do
know?
you need all of that money for? And I'm not saying you do with it what you will, but I'm judging the absolute piss out of you even
Yeah.
worse. Like
Yeah.
it's not my place to say what to do with the things you've put the work in to earn, even if it is off the sweat, blood, and tears of a lot of other people at this stage.
Yeah.
Fuck you, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Facebook post from A Mighty Girl goes on to highlight the disparity between their philanthropic commitments was highlighted this week as Bezos reportedly spent upwards of 100 million on his
Oh.
extravagant wedding celebration with Lauren Sanchez in Venice, Italy, including private jet transportation for guests, luxury accommodations at five-star hotels, and a series of opulent events aboard his $500 million super yacht, a single personal expenditure equivalent to roughly 4% of his lifetime charitable giving.
It's insane to me.
So, A Mighty Girl has Mighty Girl books, which teach children about the importance of giving. So, check those out.
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah. So, now I'll get into Mackenzie's life story here. Um, she was born Mackenzie Scott Tuttle on April 7th, 1970, in San Francisco, California. Her mother was a homemaker and her father was a financial planner. She has two brothers. However, she was named after her maternal grandfather, G. Scott Cumming. So, like,
Huh.
her middle name was her grandfather's middle name.
Yeah.
And her maternal grandfather, worked as an executive and general counsel at El Paso Natural Gas. So
Okay.
she had a privileged childhood.
Yeah, I was
Her
gonna say
family had multiple homes in various upscale areas.
this makes
And
a lot of sense.
okay, but I want you to hold your judgment because
I'm not. Oh no.
well, no, I'm not saying you are judging her. I'm just saying, like, I also went into this, like, of course,
No.
like this is making so much sense, but there's a turn.
Oh no, I'm not judging. I'm judging Bezos still and saying like, "Oh, this makes a lot of sense. This woman came from privilege and he saw that and he was like, I need that in my life so I can start what I want to do."
No, no,
Huh. All right.
no. I know. That's why I was like, hold opinions.
Because I'm not judging her at all.
No, I don't think so. But like, just, yeah, there's a turn that happens here. Um, so she began writing at an early age. She stated that when she was only 6 years old, she wrote a 142-page novel called The Bookworm, but unfortunately, it was destroyed in a flood.
Mm-hmm.
So she ended up going to Hotchkiss boarding school in Lakeville, Connecticut. Her classmates described her as humble and disciplined. And during her last year at school, her family's fortunes changed dramatically when her father declared bankruptcy.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
And here's the turn.
And so she came from ruin after all.
So she decided to fast forward her education and was able to complete her studies in 3 years instead of 4 years. So she graduated high school in 3 years and she graduated in 1987.
Good for her.
So, because, she was at this boarding school, which I'm sure costs a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like snap, snap.
Yeah, get
Um,
to it, sis. You're gonna get kicked
pretty much. So good news was that she was awarded a scholarship. So she went to Princeton University,
out. Oh,
but
nice. Good for her.
her family was struggling financially. She was struggling financially. She had to get a loan from a fellow student in her sophomore year that kept her from dropping out.
Wow. That's so sad. But great that
So,
she could do that.
right? So she studied under Nobel laureate, which is a title of, I'm assuming, something underneath like the Nobel Peace Prize, I'm guessing,
All
some sort of
right.
writing Nobel
This
thing.
was in the, I'm sorry, this was in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we didn't have student loans. Women couldn't go get a line of credit, yada, yada, yada. Like we were still very much under men's thumbs at this point, fiscally speaking.
It was late 80s, early 90s, so I don't know what loans she could have gotten at that time.
Mhm.
But she wasn't working, so I don't know if they would give her a loan without.
Well, that's what I mean. Student loans didn't exist. That's
Yeah.
the premise of those is you're a student. So anyway,
Yeah.
sorry.
So she uh basically was mentee to um Toni Morrison. And so Toni Morrison is a woman who is very well known in the literature world. And Toni described MacKenzie as one of the best students that she's ever had in her creative writing classes. So MacKenzie graduated with a bachelor's degree in English in 1992. She moved to New York City, where she worked as a waitress and administrative assistant. This is where she met Jeff Bezos. Actually, what my little document says is this is where Jeff Bezos enters the chat.
Yeah.
So she's in this administrative assistant position at D.E. Shaw, which is a hedge fund company. She apparently fell in love with Jeff's infectious laugh. He was 30 at the time and already a senior vice president at the company. So his role was to research the business potential of the budding internet at the time.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah. So later in a like Vogue article that's dated now, but was probably midway through their marriage or whatever, she said meeting her husband may have been a lottery. He was the first person that interviewed her when she went to work at this hedge fund. And it really was just like a job for her to like pay the bills. Like she had no real interest in being there. But once she met him, she was focused on getting him to notice her romantically.
No, I'm sad now because she actually did like him.
She did. She said, my office was next door to his, and all day long I listened to that fabulous laugh. How could you not fall in love with that laugh?
Oh man.
So she began her campaign to win him over by suggesting lunch. And within 3 months of dating, they were engaged.
Oh my.
I need her playbook.
I mean,
3 months after that, they were married.
whoa.
They got married in 1993, which was just 1 year after she graduated from college. So she was 23 years old
Shit.
and he was 30, 31. Um, it's not that much of a difference. 7 years. It's just that they're in very different places in their lives.
Yeah.
But she admits that she ran a
A
campaign on him, so you know.
campaign.
In July 1994, they left their jobs at D.E. Shaw and moved to the Seattle area where they founded an online bookselling company called Cadabra. I think it's that Cadabra.
Cadabra.
Oh, yeah. Ah, Cadabra. You're right.
Yeah, it's just because it doesn't have a K. Welcome to the way Sarah reads. That's Cadabra.
I'm like, what? They worked
But
on the business plan. Oh, go ahead.
so he used his job at that firm to make a business plan for his damn self, is what he did. He used that opportunity and
Yeah.
access to the internet to create something of himself and moved real far away so that they couldn't catch him.
Yeah.
That company should sue.
Yeah. So they worked on the business plan for the new company as they drove across the country. Jeff described his idea for this business, and she claims that she had no business sense whatsoever, but just saw how excited he was.
Oh boy.
So this is when the story of Amazon starts to sound a little familiar because in the early days of the company, the couple operated out of their garage.
Yep.
So what's not mentioned is how integral her role was in this business in the beginning. She did all the bookkeeping, check writing, overseeing contracts, working with suppliers. Like she did a lot of administrative stuff.
I mean, I feel like naturally that's something that I will always and forever just assume is if a couple creates a business together, it's not just the man or the woman doing all of the work. It's a equal situation where it's like, I will do this if you do this. Yes, I agree.
Even if she didn't contribute to the business in that way, let's say he was full on 100% all the business himself, somebody still had to do the grocery shopping and clean the house and make meals and
That's what I mean. Like there's
you know what
always
I
a
mean?
system of
Yeah.
support. It's not
Yeah.
just, yeah.
Yeah. So their lawyer suggested that the company's name should could be mistaken for cadaver. So the
Not
couple switched the company name to Relentless before settling on Amazon.
strange move to go to Amazon from Relentless.
So after 1996, MacKenzie took a step back from the Amazon business to focus on her literary career and to start having children. The couple's oldest child was born 4 years later in 2000 when MacKenzie was 30 years old. They had three sons and an adopted daughter.
I did not know they had children.
I know. So they have kept them under wraps.
Uh-huh.
I was only able to find the oldest son's name. I couldn't even find the other kids' names.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So I just didn't include them.
Yeah. Leave those
They have
poor kids out of it.
they have purposely kept them extremely deleted from the internet.
But could you imagine being somewhere and be like, that's Jeff Bezos's kid? And then you look over and it's just a fucking spitting image of Jeff Bezos, but 20 years younger.
I wonder what their kids do look like. Anyway, um, so Mackenzie claimed that her and Jeff were opposites and that he's very social and she finds cocktail parties nerve-wracking. She said the brevity of conversations, the number of them, it's not my sweet spot. And I was like, oh, I
She's
feel
an
you,
introvert.
girl. Uh-huh. I feel you, girl. I get it.
Yeah.
Her first novel took 10 years to write because she put her writing on hold after her children were born. She could have hired a bunch of nannies and whatnot to do the parenting, but she didn't want to.
Well, good on her.
Right. So, in an effort to figure out some balance and like for her to find a place to write, she ended up actually renting a one-bedroom apartment close to her home. And so she would be able to go there and have undistracted writing. Um, she still would drop off and pick up the kids from school in her Honda minivan.
It's so cute.
That's I'm like, she's like not acting like they have money, right?
I was gonna
I
say,
mean,
because at
she
that
rented a one
point,
bedroom apartment. Like a lot of people wouldn't be able to like rent another place, but like she's really not acting like they have money.
yeah, because like I mean, he's making good cash at this stage, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. She's able to just sit and write in a one bedroom apartment all day while after drops her kids off and picks them up. I mean, it's telling a story.
Yeah. In 2005, when she was 35 years old, she published her debut novel that it's called The Testing of Luther Albright. It was well praised by the New York Times and won an American Book Award the following year.
Oh man, good for her.
Yeah, 8 years later, in 2013, she published her second novel called Traps. Despite the establishment of Amazon's own publishing imprints, Mackenzie's books were published by traditional publishing houses. According to Bookscan, her novels have sold only a few thousand print copies. I don't know how many like digital copies, but
Yeah, that's something else. I
yeah.
see you have a publisher, but I'm gonna go over here. Sorry, honey. Pat on the head.
Well, maybe she thought that she would get more marketing help and stuff by going with a publishing house.
Yeah, maybe the publishing was actually just her husband.
So by 2018, the Bezos' marriage was struggling. Um, the introverted Mackenzie and the extroverted Jeff had developed diverging appetites for public attention.
Right.
And this was even more, I guess, obvious after Amazon opened a Hollywood studio and began film production.
Hmm.
The couple announced their decision to divorce with a joint post on Twitter on January 9th, 2019, after 25 years of marriage.
That's wild.
Yeah, that evening, the same evening that they announced their decision to divorce, the National Enquirer released, which I was like, that's still around.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
released its first online story concerning the divorce, a detailed account of Jeff Bezos's ongoing affair with entertainment reporter Lauren Sanchez, wife of the chairman of the Endeavor Talent Agency. So
Mm-mm.
Jeff and Lauren have been,
Canoodling for quite some time.
yes, they have. So
I
the
mean,
base
I hate to be like this, but at least he stuck with the female that fucking messed up the marriage in the first place. You know what I mean?
and another kudos is that she's age appropriate.
Right. Yeah, there's that. She's an adult.
She's
Mat-
55 and I think
She's a
he's 60 or something like that. So he didn't go for a 25-year-old.
mature adult.
So I
Physically
guess.
matured. Maybe not mentally.
Yeah. But yeah, so he did marry his mistress, who was age appropriate.
Hmm.
Um, the Bezoses' combined net worth of 160 billion made for one of the largest divorce settlements in history. Their divorce was widely reported on by financial journalists and gossip columnists. Jeff Bezos received 75% of their Amazon stock and all of their voting rights in the company, along with ownership of the Washington Post and the Blue Origin Aerospace Company. That left
Yeah,
Mackenzie with,
sorry, just really quickly. Did I hear that Amazon owns the Washington Post?
yes.
Thank you. Okay. Just gonna leave that boop pinned in everybody's brain.
Yep.
Next time you read the Washington Post, think about that.
Yeah, there might be some bias there.
Uh, consumer hungry, money hungry Amazon owns it. So
Um, so
use your
this
brains.
left Mackenzie with 25% of their Amazon stock, then valued at more than 38 billion. I know. It's insane. These numbers are insane. As most of us are just struggling to get through the day
Yeah.
and like living paycheck to paycheck and just have to be happy we have a roof over our head. These people could solve all of the world's problems with their salary alone.
A lot of them, a lot of the world's problems, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Or at least feed people,
right,
you know,
right.
all of them.
So post-divorce, Mackenzie pledged to give away the majority of her wealth because she feels the same way, I think. So she became the third wealthiest woman in the world in 2019. In July 2020, she was ranked the 22nd richest person in the world by Forbes. She has given away more than 19 billion
And
in
look at that.
donations.
She still does whatever she wants every day and has everything that she's ever needed. Imagine that.
Well, yeah, because when you're talking billions, I mean, come on. So she has given away more than 19 billion in donations to date through her foundation called Yield Giving and has become known as a rapid, no strings attached philanthropist in contrast to Bezos's slower pace of giving. So,
Philanthropist.
Phil, yes, did I say it wrong? What did I
Philanthrop
say? Oh,
philanthropist.
oh, just adding words
It's
or
fine.
letters, just putting letters in where they don't
I
belong.
was just making sure that it wasn't like wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable situation or if there's like a new word I didn't know.
No, just not doing words well today.
All right.
There was a lot of uh chatter, I guess, like in my research about how fast she is to give money without really needing like a lot of um
Explanation.
y yeah, like a lot of prodding, right? That's why it's like no strings attached kind of thing. Like she is very quick to be like, "Oh, you need something? Here you go."
Wonder if I send her a direct letter,
Right.
handwritten, of
Right.
course, and be like, "Hey lady, I was just curious if you'd be willing to fund um my grocery bill."
Right.
I'm not
Yes.
asking for anything outside of crazy. I'm just looking to eat better.
Yeah.
And probably
So
not starve as much.
she was getting a little bit of heat about not saying which organizations that she was giving money to. So that's why she um, put up her foundation yield giving online to, I guess, help people better understand where the money was going.
But none of
Um,
it's none of their fucking business either though, right?
yeah, I think that it's hard to be in her position because once you claim an association to a particular organization,
Exactly.
there's a lot of fallout that can happen from that
But
or
yeah,
unnecessary drama. And like again, she doesn't want to be in the spotlight. She doesn't necessarily want people to be recognizing her for this.
right.
Um, so I think from her perspective, it wasn't like the money is going to invalid organizations or inauthentic organizations. The money's going where I damn well please, and I don't need to
Right.
explain it to you because we don't need to have any fake news.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's all about the politics, right? So if she gives to an organization that's some way, shape, affiliated with a politician that nobody likes or whatever the case may be, all of a sudden she's affiliated with that. I don't blame her at all for putting it down, shutting it down, and be like, this is what you get to see, and this is all you get to see.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
So she's apparently donated to more than 2,450 nonprofits over the past 6 years.
I
So,
believe it.
uh, she's also part of an organization called The Giving Pledge, which was founded by Warren Buffett, Melinda French Gates, and Bill Gates. And
We
it's a
love Warren
commitment.
Buffett.
Yeah, it's a commitment by some of the world's wealthiest
Mm.
to donate the majority of their wealth to charitable causes, either during their lifetimes or through their wills.
Hopefully, it's
So,
I'm glad to hear that the Gates are in that community of people who are on that board because those two idiots also have way too much fucking money and they need to get
yeah,
their little fingers out of everything all the time. Bro,
yeah.
you made computers and
So,
software. Don't worry about my health. Just stay out of my food. Thanks.
Oh, I know. Well, the problem is they have so much money that they're trying to figure out where to hide it.
Yeah, they don't need to hide it in anything. They just get to keep it. Just hang on to it, Invest in other shit.
Well, that's the thing. They're investing in things like health and farming and whatnot that can affect everybody on the planet. Anyway, so MacKenzie got married in 2021 to a Seattle science teacher. His name is Dan
Yay.
Jewett, who she met at her children's school.
Congrats, Dan.
Well, they quickly got divorced.
Oh.
Yeah. And see, that's why I was like, I
We're in
knew
a
that. I knew that. There was a big hubbub about the fact that she was dating a normie,
yeah.
And so, but yeah, they got divorced in September 2022, which their divorce was finalized in January 2023. So yeah, they were married for like a year or so. So anyway, that was kind of a bummer point to end on because the work she's doing is great.
I
However,
think it's okay.
I didn't know where else to put it in there. So my sources for today were A Mighty Girl on Facebook, Britannica.com, Wikipedia, USA Today, Forbes, Ola.com, GivingPledge.org, YieldGiving.com, and Vogue.
Well, thank you for giving us. I know that there was probably a ton of information on her, so thanks for
Not
waiting
really.
for all that. Really?
Not really.
Huh.
No, all those articles I listed, most of them were the same information.
Oh, then she's got the internet scrubbed.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad about that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We love her.
Mm-hmm.
She's a queen.
Mm-hmm. I know. I had the same thought as you as I was doing the research. I was like, well, I do have a brilliant idea. I wonder if I can just figure out how to contact her people.
Dear Miss Ma'am. Hello.
uh,
I mean, I
I'm
could
writing to
even,
you from the struggle bus.
as you can see, this is a handwritten note.
Yeah.
My electricity was shut off. Not really. Not really.
So her donations have been transformative for many organizations and people, I'm sure.
Oh, naturally.
Um, when you give away $19 billion, there has to be some good output, but I don't have anything that I can
Okay.
relay.
So 19 billion.
Yeah.
How many zeros is that?
Is it eight? No.
100
No, that would be eight.
thousand
It'd be eight digits, right? I don't know without looking.
thousand
Math.
million trill billion. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is it 9
Nine zeros, yeah.
divided by how many organizations?
2,450.
So these motherfuckers got at least a million or 7 million apiece, if not more. There's like, if you divide 19 billion, you get 7.75 million. So all these people won the lottery. Had to
Mm-hmm.
have.
Mm-hmm. 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 Well, and she may not have given them all of that money at one time, but over
Right.
the course of the 6 years, maybe she gave them $1 million a year.
Yeah. That's the point, is like,
Mm-hmm.
unless you're giving it all to one organization, there is a large amount of money being shared out with each and every single one of these groups of people, which holiday. I'm just happy to hear it. I hope these organizations are doing right by her with that money they get.
Right. Well, and that's why I was like, I couldn't really relay like a lot of information. It's
Yeah.
very uh secretive
Like
on purpose.
I
But
bet you there's a tagline on the inside with the insiders. It's like MacKenzie MacKenzie may or may not have don't you may not know if MacKenzie donated, but there will be signs. It's just New supplies,
Yes, yes,
new shelving, new desks, like the
right,
nerdiest shit ever. I hope they're
right,
enjoying it. I really do.
right. So after her divorce, she dropped Bezos and then used her middle name as her last name.
Yeah.
She didn't go back to her maiden last name, which was Tuttle.
Well, I mean, no, because at that point everybody knows who she is. Tuttle's a very descript last name.
So
Scott's not.
I
Not at
guess,
all. I
yeah.
mean,
So anyway, that's Mackenzie Scott.
thanks for the story, Ho.
You're
Round of applause.
welcome.
That was a
You're
good one.
welcome.
I really enjoyed that. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I had to throw in the extra bits about the pop culture and the current wedding and
But of course, because I want to go back to that curious thing now and go like actually read about it
mm,
just to see.
it just
Mostly
was
I want to see the
bothering
pictures.
me. It was bothering me to a point where I have to just skip over everything.
Yeah.
It was just I don't know, just gross, I guess.
It's just Play-Doh people doing things that Play-Doh people do. That's what I call them anymore because they all look as if they have been sculpted with Play-Doh. It's uncomfortable.
I mean, there was this one reel circulating of like all of the different celebrities who were like getting onto this little speedboat to be taken to like the next location or whatever. And was it, there was one picture that captured Khloe Kardashian supposed to be taking a picture of Kim and Kim sitting there like posing, but on the phone screen it's Khloe's face, like taking a picture of herself.
Oh my
Which I
God.
love Chloe for the comedic relief. I really do. Like she's a breath of fresh air in that family. Um,
Well, when you're ugly, you have to be funny. So
yeah.
no, she's
Uh,
not ugly.
no, she also recently put out all of the work that she's had done. And because like her mom, because Chris Jenner like said who did some of her work and Kylie talked about her boob job or whatever.
Yeah.
So, uh Chloe listed out like here's everything I've had done to like her basically her face, her nose, her all of her stuff. And then she was like, anybody wants doctor recommendations, I got them. But otherwise, it was a bunch of just like mismatched weird Hollywood stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, like what
Um,
I can't imagine like he's got a bunch of friends, does he? Do they all actually like him as a person?
I don't know. I don't know. And Lauren Sanchez's dress was a callback to like a retro Hollywood actress icon type person's dress, right? But it didn't, I think it was unexpected because it went all the way up her neck. Her whole arms were covered, like her whole body was like covered, which is not typical for her, right? But
What is this bitch's name again?
Lauren Sanchez. Um, So, some of the pictures come up in my feed because I like to look at the fashion.
And also, I don't go to any of my socials to look these things up so I don't get the algorithm fucked up. Like, don't get it twisted. I don't care about these people enough to have them in my shit for the next 20 days. I just want to see a really quick picture of this. So I'm gonna go to the old duck duck go machine because we don't use the Googs anymore either.
Yeah. Well, I have all of the tabloid magazines like People and TMZ and all that
Yeah.
in my feed. So inadvertently, it is sent my way.
Inadvertently. Yeah, okay, that's a curious choice,
It was an ode to an old Hollywood icon, I think.
but we don't know who you are, I guess. I don't know.
Who? Lauren or the Hollywood?
Lauren. Do we know who Lauren Sanchez is?
Mm-hmm.
Who is she for? What do we know her for?
Uh, I believe she was like some sort of reporter previously. She was married to a guy who owned a very prominent talent agency.
Is she an actress?
No, I said she was a reporter.
No, but there's a Laura Sanchez as an actress. Totally different lady.
Did you put Lauren?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I guess, yeah, former journalist.
Oh no, she yes.
Emmy award winning journalist. Words are hard today. Uh,
No, yeah, she's an actress. She was in Fantastic Four, Day After Tomorrow, Hollywood Homicide, We Bought a Zoo, Ted 2. She's been a news reporter and a news anchor in a majority of these roles. Yeah, she's been acting.
okay.
So that checks out with the Hollywood scene. That's why I was curious. I'm like, why? Why are these Hollywood folk there? They don't like him. They don't know him. It's her.
No, it's because it's all of the billionaires getting together. The Kardashians, Tom Brady, Leonardo DiCaprio. Like you have to be a certain level of rich and want to go to these parties. I mean, the Kardashians get invited to weddings for people they don't even know just because they get followed around by cameras and create a buzz.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
So that's
these
why I'm
people
like,
all
are they
know
friends
each
with him?
other.
I don't know if they're actually friends with him, but I'm sure they know him because they all hang out in the same rich people circles.
Yeah, maybe. Who are we? I only have a $3, so yeah.
So I guess that means it's Atta Girl time.
Yeah.
Atta Girls are where we pat ourselves on the back for something good that we've done or something good that's happened to us.
Yeah. You want me to go first? I'll let you go first today.
Okay.
Start.
Um,
We'll start strong.
because you already know mine.
Yeah.
You're gonna follow up with something much more wholesome and
Yeah.
nice.
Sure.
Is
I
that
sure
what
am.
you're gonna just crush my
No,
Atta
no,
Girl here?
no. We're just gonna bring balance.
So my Atta Girl is that I actually cleaned up some disturbing scenes in my yard.
Some remains. How's that?
Yeah. So last time that I had a dead bunny in my yard, um, it was quite a few years ago, and my dog killed the rabbit, and I was there for the experience, and I'll never forget the sound the rabbit made when that happened. And it
Mm-hmm.
was a big boy. It was a very large rabbit. And so I had to phone a friend. I was like, I can't do it. I can't get this thing. And so yesterday, I noticed there were a bunch of flies hanging around in this area by my side door. Went and looked, and unfortunately, there was a dead bunny. And so I just assumed that it was my dog. And I was like, oh man, like that sucks because she does have a high prey drive. But um, I had also noticed, though, a few days before this, that there was unfamiliar poop in my yard as well. There was not bunny poop. I mean, there probably is bunny poop in my yard, but what I saw, I was like, I don't know what animal this was. And so then I go out today and I find two more dead baby bunnies.
Nah.
And the way that they were killed, I was like, oh, I don't think this is my dog. No,
No.
no, no. And she really hadn't been out there like long enough or like within the time frame for these two mysterious more dead bodies to appear. So I grabbed a pair of dollar store tongs out of the drawer, double bagged, and used the tongs to pick up the baby bunnies. I
Oh.
know. I know it was a sad scene, but I was like, oh, well, pat on my back for doing it myself, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but the point is, you did it yourself.
And then
You-
the random poop that I found, I'm pretty sure is cat poop. I'm pretty sure that these poor bunnies were killed by the neighborhood cats that roam free. They do belong to my neighbor, though, but she lets them outside. They're
Yeah, I
like
mean,
indoor outdoor cats. And so I feel like by seeing the poop several days, a few days before the actual massacre, that these cats have been stalking these baby bunnies.
1000%. 1000%.
So the mystery came together for me.
Full circle.
And I was like, God damn it. Damn cat.
You son of a bitch.
So I'm like, oh, so there's cat poop, dog poop, bunny poop, deer poop all in my yard. It's fun. Because
You
also last week on Tuesday, I was out to dinner and my neighbor, who is the one who owns these indoor outdoor cats, called me and was like, you have baby deer stuck in your yard.
you were like, "No, I don't. You're a liar." But then you did.
No, I didn't tell her she was a liar. I said, oh no, I'm not at home. And she's like, do you mind if I go over there and like try to get them out? And I was like, feel free. And so
Yeah, why would I stop you from doing that? Go
yeah,
ahead.
I was like, go ahead. I was like, I don't understand why they don't understand that they entered one way, exit the same way. Because
They don't have enough retention space for that. You know what I mean?
so the neighbor hangs up, then calls me back after the task is finished. And she's like, okay, I got him out. She's like, they were being really loud. They were running into the garage and everything, like the side of the garage. And I was like, where was their mother? And she was like, watching.
But of course,
Just like
naturally.
in the other neighbor's yard watching because I have a chain link fence between my neighbor and the side neighbor, and that's usually the fence that the deer go like hop over. So
Hmm.
I don't know, maybe these deer still couldn't hop over that chain link fence. Um, and so I was at dinner with women who were moms, and they were like, "Oh yeah, they were she definitely was like, fuck those babies. Oh, this is nice. I have a break for like 5 minutes." Like,
Hmm. Yeah, that's exactly it. She's like, yes, torture somebody else. I can still see you. I don't know what happened. Oh God, look at you can't get out. That's too bad. Wow. You're trying. I'll be right here.
yeah. So I've got a lot of wildlife action happening at my house.
Yeah, Snow White over here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Bah! I mean,
Oh, goodness.
I do enjoy your deer story. Pretty damn funny.
I always, yeah, these damn city deer, they literally look me in the face and are
I know.
like, you think
Fuck
this
you.
is your yard?
Yeah.
No. They
Yeah.
look in the window into my home in my face.
Yep. Reclaiming it. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. So fucking funny. Oh man.
Uh,
Well, my Atta girl is a little different. I was able to go and visit my pseudo niece, my college roommate. She had a baby, obviously, a while ago now. And we have really just seen each other here and there for like the last couple of years, 10 of them. And so we made it a point to kind of like reconnect and actually spend some time and hang out. And so we were able to go visit her at her house and see all the cool stuff she's got going on. And it was just a really great time. We had a really great weekend. It was like super needed, relaxing, wasn't worried about anything, completely checked out. She and I were both celebrating our 40th, so we did a little bit of that, and it was just a really great time to disconnect and reconnect. And I came back feeling like motivated and rejuvenated, and it did its job. So I'm thankful that I was able to go and finally do that, see my friends, and you know, take a minute. But now I've got a couple of weekends ahead of me where I have absolutely no plans, and I can't wait. Really can't. Just be a complete vegetable. On the beach with you, probably for one of them.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I I still sometimes struggle with being a complete vegetable. I've done Atta Girls in the past where I'm like so proud of myself because I did the vegetable thing, I was couch
Right.
potato or whatever. So I like literally do have to like pat myself on the back when I do it because I have a really bad like guilty conscience or something about the fact that I have a whole list of things and I have stuff staring me in the face that needs to be done.
Well, that's the thing. Like, we have been tuned our entire lives to fill dead air with shit. And like dead air, I mean time for us to do just nothing with all of a sudden. Like I remember when we were younger, we had free time. Mom, I'm bored. I got nothing to do. Go play outside or then or whatever. And then all of a sudden
Yeah.
that turned into go play on your whatever instead of going outside. And then that turned into accomplishing shit and goals and everything else. And the next thing you know, it's over here like I have free time. I guess I could knock out a couple of these things that I've had on my wait list. What wait list? You shouldn't have that. Why? So it's hard for me. I get it, but we do a good job
It's hard for me too.
and we deserve it.
So,
So yeah.
yeah, sometimes I have to remind myself, like, your body is like changing and you're having constant itching and you suffer from migraines and maybe it's okay, Like, give your body a break.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be all right.
Every great once in a while, I give
Every
myself the grace of
yeah.
like, hey, you are really going through it. So,
Sis, you could let go a little bit. Well, that's gonna be our year or our
mm,
goal for this summer. We're gonna accountability partner each other and be like, hey, you should be a lazy bum. Go ahead.
mm, okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
I've only had accountability partners for workout classes. So,
No, we're not accomplishing shit. The price of our peace is priceless. So
yes, 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 yes. But it has to come with the change of my mental narrative because it's
okay.
not
Yeah.
peaceful.
Right.
It's
I
not a
know it's hard.
peaceful time if my mental story I'm telling myself is you should be doing something else.
Well, here's maybe an additional add a girl for myself then, and a like an example. I was absolutely against anybody ever picking out groceries for me, period. I thought it was the laziest, dumbest shit to spend your money on the face of this earth. How dare you people be so lazy? I
Really?
got it.
You
Yeah.
thought that?
Oh, absolutely. I thought that being able getting your groceries delivered is like bad scheduling on your part for the longest time. And finally,
Really?
yeah,
Because I
again,
find that like when I
unconscious
go grocery,
bias.
right? I'm like when I go grocery shopping myself, then I end up ordering food that night because like that was enough of a task.
Right. And I look back and I think to myself, like, we did that as I was younger. My mom and I would go to the grocery store, we'd powerhouse through a bunch of shit and eat pizza at the end of it. Like, why we just
Yeah.
got a bunch of food. And then I, like, grew up and realized, oh, that sucks. And so, like, yeah, today, and I don't like the fact that it's not the produce I'd pick or whatever, whatever.
Hmm.
And that's typically all I buy is like fresh food. So for
Hmm.
me, the whole order is like, oh, I would have picked a different one.
Yeah. That happens to me every time too, but you get over it fast.
Oh, I am already over it. Yeah, 100%. Do you want to know why? Because I don't have to go to the fucking grocery store this week. I have all the food I need to make the things I need to make, and I'm not worried about it not one bit.
Yeah. One time I'm like, I literally got one bad lemon. I guess I'll be okay.
Yeah. I mean,
You know?
and I'm learning the interface too. I'm not ordering a bunch of shit I don't need or want or whatever. Like the last time I ordered a bunch of things, I was like, I asked for cabbage, but okay, or lettuce, but okay. Like a had a lettuce showed up or had a cabbage showed up, and I asked for lettuce.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. So I've also found that like if you use Instacart,
Hmm.
they're much more communicative
Yeah, though I go
than
through.
some of the other ones. You can also kind of, I think, request shoppers maybe or something. I don't know. I could be making that up. But you could, if you order from there more frequently, potentially get the same people, and then you would
Yeah,
have a rapport.
but I mean, at this stage, I might invest in going onto Instacart. I was just using the grocery store, app to do the thing for
I have
myself.
better luck with the Instacart people.
Well, now that I'm making it a thing for myself, because if I can find $10 worth of coupons, then I can justify the delivery. Then I'm gonna do it.
Well, the problem is like Kroger and Meyer, you can't use their coupons online.
Yeah, I know. That's the only thing. Well, no,
Uh,
Kroger has digital coupons that I click.
well, they have digital coupons, but like if you get print coupons, like you can't use them for
Yeah,
these orders, so that
I
kind of
know.
sucks. I do a combination. It's like if I'm feeling like stressy, I'll just order my groceries. Like there's no, but most of the time I don't. Most of the time I go to the store so that I can use the coupons and stuff, but it's all planned out with other
You're right.
appointments, errands, etc.
Yeah, it's a whole experience.
Yeah,
Trust you me.
so it ends up being a whole day, and then I end up ordering food anyway.
Yeah. Like this weekend, I'm gonna go back to the grocery store and use all the coupons I have and get the full bevy of things I need to get. But for today, right now, this was good enough for me.
Mm-hmm. Well, usually, like if I have people coming, especially if they're going to stay with me, I almost always will order
That's fair.
because if I have to be making meals in addition to
Mm-hmm.
the shopping and whatnot, I'm like, no.
Yeah. No. See, I'm starting to be more proactive in my thinking.
I appreciate that you changed your mind about it.
Yeah. Well, I had to experience it myself, right?
Okay.
So proud of me. Another atta girl.
Yeah, me and Tupac are happy for you. I'm wearing my
Thanks.
Tupac shirt today.
Is that who you have on? Oh yeah, there he
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Such a handsome
Um,
man.
yeah, they're at Target.
All eyes on me.
So that is it. If you like
Yeah.
what you heard today, please rate, review, subscribe, share with your friends. You can request a Hoe of History by emailing us at Pomant. Do you see what I'm saying?
Wow. I mean, you're gonna
At
be okay.
homancepodcast
The Pomance.
at gmail.com. I was combining them like a Benifer. I was like a Pomant.
Fucking
Homance
Bennifer.
podcast.
The most cursed double name ever.
Right. And then you can find us on Instagram at homance_chronicles.
The Homance is out.